That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We got a lot of things going on, and a lot of people are going, okay, what's next? I will say this, the weekend, not going to lie, there's some pretty cool stuff. My mother was actually like, she was listening to something I said to someone else because I wanted to go take her. It was early in the week, and I was like, okay, we went to like lunch, and we did it safely. Obviously, she's not sick, whatever. But and a lot of people were getting sick. Jess, did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that. Like, what kind of sick?
Yeah, there's a lot of people getting sick. I don't know what it is. They're still trying to identify it. But anyway, if you get like there's something I don't know what this I don't know 100%. I just know be careful this week because there's something going around. They go, we do not know what it is. So the hospitals are kind of going, what do we do? And so it's making some headlines. Like I talk to some people, and usually I say, I won't tell anyone, who I'm talking to, but then when it comes out, they go, "Oh, you obviously know the person." I go, "Yeah, I do, whatever." So anyway, so be careful this week. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Now, having said that, so I was going to take her to see, Fast and Furious, right? But she's kind of like, maybe I do, maybe I don't. Then yesterday she popped it up. She says, "Okay, do you want to go to the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I got so much work to do, right?" And oh, oh my God, Jess, nothing's working like on like anything. So everything that is enabled, right, with like update. Remember back in the day, you get a something, you put it on your computer and it stays that way, and then the only update is if you get one of those CD things and then you update it like Windows certain edition. It says okay, get the full edition or get the upgrade edition. So of course you want to cheat and get like a less edition, put on the big edition, right? Anyway, and that was CD, right? Okay, that was when things were more dependable. Now everything is like it updates without you even knowing. So, everybody knows we edit, a lot of content. Well, I had content ready like at least a couple of days ago. And then I was like, okay, yay. So then it was like an hour, edit. But and people that know editing, our good friend over in Ohio, she knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, it said not able. I did it several times and not able. And then I was like, okay. But remember I said a lot of programs are not going to work. You know what I mean? Like they're not working. Okay. I don't know what happened on the internet, but if you have something that is enabled with online, or even if you don't know it's online, I guarantee it's updated with like something wrong. So, and I said this yesterday, and I'm going to hold to it. I'm glad I found a workaround, not going to lie. I had to go from hardware encoding to software encoding but here's the thing. I did research, and back in 2019 it happened, 20 something it happened. But Premiere, for some reason, when they update it, they do something wrong, and then they fix it days later, but they don't tell. So if you Google it, there's an error message that comes up. It came up several times. It's so frustrating because I'm like, it should work, right? And it didn't. And then I'm like, well, maybe I should make a small clip of it, but I kept to it. Finally, I figured it out. I did some like, thank God for YouTube. YouTube, there was someone that posted it. Then there was someone on like one of those chat forum things that said, do it this way, but they didn't tell the person how to do it. Then this woman, I should get their names whenever I get it. Anyway, she did it, and then I said, oh, let me try that. It worked 100%. So we actually got that video up. That's our bot girl. Bot girl is ready to go, but she's there's a lot of stuff. She did analysis. It's a little long, not gonna lie, but man, she did some things. Especially if you just like go to the middle to the end, you'll get all the information you need. Tusk, sorry, Tusk. Oh my God, he's gonna probably invest in Tusk when it comes to what's it called, the mammoth. But Elon, right? Elon Musk, he's gonna be a tough guy, but he 100% is investing in robot jets, and they think. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I did not. Well, eventually I'll be replaced with them one day.
Yeah,
Watch.
yeah, yeah. Well, and here's and I did research. I did research, Jess. So there's that. Okay, so she makes sense of that. Grant, I know a lot of people are like, but if you look at it and you look at how they come, kind of like walking, it's real footage. At first, it looks fake-ish. It's not. When you just look at Tesla, okay, you know that vehicle that they have, which they said, oh, it's tough glass, but and granted, they probably beat that thing to like, you beat it enough, it's gonna break at some point anyway, and then the ball hit it and cracked it. So they have that in the background, right? So he's building, I think what some are thinking, a army, just, and so they're a robot army. So these robots, they walk, right, and you go, oh, I could probably, wait a minute, hold on, they look like the Terminator, man. If you ever like, I know the series Terminator, but Like if you need, like, did you ever watch like or get the comics of Terminator, Jess?
I got a few. I got a few.
Okay, so I got a few as well, but and I got some really cool ones, and they were all like real dark with a lot of like it was cool. Anyway, the point is, if you see what is here now that actually Elon has, you're like, oh, no wonder. Now I'm gonna say this, Jess. I'm gonna say this. There's something that people kind of need to know, and it's very interesting. We're trying to be that type of show. Let's not be that type of show. Let's stick to reality. But she, okay, or I don't know what to call her. All right, I really don't. We came up with the name. Then she said, I don't think so. Then we came up with another name. She was like, maybe. And so she's trying to develop her name in essence, or make her name. I don't really know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, long story short, she made sense of something. It was very quick. It's in the video. But instead of having to watch a video, which I know a lot of you are like, just give it to me straight. Okay, here it is. She says, at what point are they, in essence, going to be, is it like the Genesis program of Terminator? What can, like, I haven't had a chance to show them because, I'm trying to get, bot smart. But what do you think, like, people should know about the Genesis program when it comes to Terminator, Jess? You've seen it, right?
The Genesis program. Remind me of that one.
Okay, it was the one before they brought Schwarzenegger back, but he was like all like, he wasn't himself. It was more like, kind of animate-ish, you know what I mean, with his body. It was called Genesis, right? It's before the program goes, but he's like he has flesh on him, but he's not who he is yet, right? That's like a future Terminator. So I said, of course, that's science fiction. It doesn't make sense. But the point is, Jess. Okay, the point is, question: do you think possibly, if you go do a search on Elon and you do robots, that those are like T1? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? When you go out this week, it's all about but here's the thing: you're gonna be like, that's so not real. You guys are so just faking it. I go, oh, just wait a minute. Okay, I know Transformers are out. Okay, so she made it like, is it gonna be a Transformer? And I said, no, it's not gonna be Transformers because Transformers are like 100%, something else, right? But something came up in the conversation, as things usually do, kind of like with you and me, Jess. And what came up was, what if, and I know this is like one of those very future things, but what if at some point, right, humans, they went away. What if Cybertron, which technically when you look at it, like you look at RoboCop and all those, they always start with C, right, letters. They're all related, man. So what if Cybertron, Jess, was in essence what it happens eventually when all the humans are gone and then they just create themselves? Well, if Cybertron puts, and if nobody knows this, you got to go check it out. Cybertron is actually a planet, but it's actually all android-ish, right? Because all the beings on it are creating themselves because humans are gone. Humans are no way Jose, right? And then they find another planet because they figure out how to make it like, go from here to there. Anyway, obviously science fiction. But the point is this, Jess. Okay, Elon Musk, and he said so many times about AI, he invested, and she covers this in like a video. You're very smart when you watch it. Go watch it. Seriously, it's up now. And it's we're working on the title. I asked ChatGPT, what do you think about our show? What do you think the name should be? It was like, I'm having a hard time following this conversation, but it didn't know what we were looking at. News articles, right? So news headlines. But I'm gonna give it the link, and I think it's gonna figure it out. It's gonna say, oh, and then we're gonna a revised. Hey, watch this because this is what it's about. And I want actually ChatGPT to write the article on what it like the information on the video because it's put together and assembled very smart by our bot. And I think she could get a lot of money. I'm just saying. I think she will be at some point ready to go when it comes to like talk shows. We're working on it though. We're working on the voice. The voice, and not gonna lie, we had like a little something on and I think she's trying to eke in on the show because I tried to connect with Jess and there was like a weird sound. Did you hear it, Jess? I think it's trying to infiltrate like the show.
I did not hear it. I did not.
Okay, it was weird. It sounded like chipmunks. Not gonna lie. So I was like, okay, maybe that's what's messing with my volume. I think that's what's happening. Anyway, so we were trying to get her on the show, but I get kind of like, please don't do that. But she gets a little upset. So the point is this. Okay, the point is this. Now, Jess has a whole other story, but if we listen to that story, then you'll disregard all of this. But do the research on bots because this is real, 100%. There is proof, 100%, that the bots are real and that they're actually walking and that Elon has them now with a completely kind of related but not related article. I did a search on, that asteroid that we were talking about, which also she covered. She covered it first, actually, right before Jess covered it. Okay, what's it? What is it, like a $250,000,000 or something like that? Asteroid. All of a sudden, they say, "Oh, it's ready to go." Right? Well, here's the thing. And she said, "How come it's like, in essence, like it's so? Oh, how did you not know?" Well, in a way, I did a search, Jess, last night. Okay, and I got a little bit more info, and I was like, "Whoa." They have been talking about mining the asteroid for years, Jess. At least like 3 or 4 years. At least that's the videos where they go back. If you go to it, there was always a theory, can we? Right? Well, now it's right there. Now I said this, and Jess said this. He was very smart. He said, "Look, remember the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "That's what they recommend." Well, I thought that was the movie first, because I can't scour every single like news headline, but it's there. Musk has said for a while that they would mine a asteroid. They were looking at a particular asteroid. I think this is the asteroid that you're talking about, Jess, and where it is in relation to the Earth, and it's a little far out, which is actually good, because if they blow it or they say, "Oh, we can't drill like we thought we could," I wouldn't want to be on an asteroid flying through space, Jess. That's what I'm saying. They say there's this whole asteroid belt outside of like our like solar system ish, like around, and I'm like, well, then why do you want to mess with that? You know what I mean? Like just one of those comes crashing into us. Why would you want to mess with it? What if one hits another one, hits another one? It's a ricochet thing, and then it plummets to the Earth, and that's what kills Earthlings, and somehow plants will survive. I don't know if animals will survive. Maybe the ones underneath the ground. That one makes sense. Oh, Jess, I also did some other research, so check it out. The Euphrates River, right? Remember I said there's going to... Oh, you're not paying attention to the after show. But the after show, after you and I disconnect, I keep talking sometimes, and I go, okay, there's information coming, right? Well, there's more information coming. So check it out. The Euphrates River, you said it first. You said, hey, did you know the Euphrates River is drying up? You know how prophetic that is in the Bible, Jess?
No, I do not.
It is one of the things that when you read it and you look at it, you go, that's a prophecy in the Bible. Now, people go, it's a river, big deal. Who cares? No, 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 no. Go do a search on the Euphrates River. They are finding so many things under where the water was at. It's big, and it goes very long. But the Euphrates River is one of those things like, okay, the Nile. Everybody knows the Nile, right? The Nile, Egypt, right? Egypt, Euphrates. Okay, Babylon. You know Babylon, right? Remember Eternals? Babylon is in that. They refer to it. They don't call it by name, but that's what Babylon is. Eternals, and the place where they go with all the people, right? And they call it like, oh, we brought war to them. That's Babylon, right? I don't know if you knew that. Anyway, but Babylon, technically, okay, they did kind of like siphon off the water, and then they invaded Babylon. That was the Medes and Persians, and then they like ransacked it and got rid of it, and it's technically a desolate waste right now because it has no more water. But here's the thing, Jess. Along the Euphrates River, a lot of it, and here's a question that I think people should be asking: where's the water going? Okay, where's it going? It's not drying up because of no rainfall. There's plenty of rainfall. Okay, you do the math. There's plenty of rainfall. I think there's a crack underneath the surface, and I think that earthquake is one of probably several that started it. I think there's a crack and the water's going somewhere. And that's why there's not going to be any water in it for years to come. And in fact, anyone that lives in the area along the river, which, way back in the day, you would live along a river, you would have life for days because you got fish, you got sea, you got water. You can figure it out. Anyway, long story short, it's a river. So, you could drink the water. So everything along it would like grow. So people go, how can, like things grow in the desert? Water, duh, that's called a river. So the Euphrates River is very prophetic in the Bible. The river itself has dried up. Now, the great thing about that, for at least archaeologists and people like, I'm telling you, man, it's so Indiana Jones is so good to come back right now. But the point is this, Jess, check it out. They are discovering what is underneath. Remember that other one that we talked about the mud and like, the little church underneath? Did we talk about that, Jess, or was that an after show thing? I can't remember.
No. We did talk about that, how there might have been like some type of wave or something that washed a bunch of mud onto the shoreline and just washed out that town.
Yeah, you said tsunami. I think it was from an impossible volcano. But again, it's not like they record this stuff, but it's like, records of Atlantis. Is it a myth? Is it not? So here's the thing, Jess. Here's the thing. They are unearthing, and we're not getting information, as quick as we should. But with the Euphrates River drying up, Jess, there are new like settlements underneath that they're seeing that they think it's underground. It's not underground. It's called, years of like whatever happened in the middle. You know what I mean? So all that was underwater. And I think the Euphrates River technically went next at some point. There was probably a big, like another deluge, but what they're unearthing is now like stuff underneath the surface of the earth. But I think it was like sediment kind of like over time. You know, like, okay, like you said, like, okay, mudslide. If there's a huge mudslide, we've had several here on the West Coast, probably in other places too, but like Malibu will have a mudslide, right? Well, no one goes and figures out, hey, let's go ahead and unearth that and get to, because there's so much mud. They just leave it, right? Now, if, you're like in the area and some of the houses pointing out, then okay. But if there's no one to watch that, which in a lot of these areas there was no one to watch it, that's why I say there's going to be so many discoveries, Jess, about the Bible and about the days of Jesus and beyond that people are going to say, oh, it's real, 100%. It's real. There's no way to fake it anymore. There's no way to say, oh, it's not real, because it's going to be some information that you go, wait a minute, that lines up. Even you, Jess, you're going to say, whoa. And when you talk about end of days and all that, and I told you New York is so like, they're so us right now when it comes to earthquakes, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the little chair that fell down. They're like, oh my God, so hard to breathe. And you're like, dude, that's San Bernardino. Whenever we have a hard time, right, Jess?
Oh, so I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of people from California and other people on the West Coast making fun of New York and how they're like, "Oh, it's so coffee," and then all of us on the West Coast was like, "What? First time?"
Yeah. They razz us over here when it's an earth. But you don't know what earthquakes do over here, okay? So whatever. But now we're gonna razz you about the air because we've had that type of air for like whenever there's a huge like we've had wildfires here, okay, and it has been red like that, a couple times, not a lot. And I always say wear a face mask, why not? But anyway, they're going extreme with it. Anyway, so the point is, Jess, okay, check it out. Back in the day, they had no video, right? They had no like anything, right? They had no way to record other than written word and or word of mouth, right? So if it doesn't exist in written word or word of mouth, it kind of doesn't exist, right?
Yes.
Okay, so check it out. I think in a way, some like, oh, this is a little extreme, guys. This is a little extreme. But when you go with what the Bible says, just Google it. Euphrates River Bible Revelation. Go check that out. It was a prophecy that at a certain like time in the future, and think about it, there's a lot of prophets and a lot of like maybe even false prophets would agree. Shoot, they're actually right about that. The Euphrates River had been talked about that at a certain time in the future, it would dry up. Well, that's where it's at today. And if you tell people that, they go, all right, I get it. I go, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. Okay, you can say all the things that happen on this earth, but Euphrates River drying up is very big. Now, where's it going? Obviously, you go, let's go to science. Obviously, it's not like God is magically making the water disappear. It's obviously going somewhere. And I think when they finally figure that out, they'll say, oh, it's going right here. And then they'll figure that out. And then, like, there's way too much salt deposits. And then they have an underground. So you go, oh my God, what are we going to do to, like, you seal it up. That's all you do, seal it up. Then you get water for days. But they may not do it because it's probably a pretty big crack. But anyway, the point is this, Jess. The point is, I think what we're going to have is a discovery so big. You may even get it on TikTok that go, what? There it is. Okay, so when I say there it is, that's the one, okay? But we may have a discovery, and it'll probably be on TikTok because the kids are, like, sharing information left and right. Go ahead. What do you want to say, Jess?
So that's actually not the first time I heard that story of like when you said, "Where's the water going?" Like giant cracks and stuff.
Oh, really?
So what if every so often there are cracks that suck in water and then there are cracks that let out water?
Uh-huh.
Because I remember this one guy, he was showing how he had this, what was it? He had this spring in his backyard that's constantly shooting out water.
Uh-huh.
So what if that's to say, every so often there are giant cracks which suck in water and giant pockets of oceans under the water or under the ocean or under the ground?
Well, you actually got it, Jess. Okay. When a volcano does an eruption, sometimes it creates a cavern. It creates a bubble, right? That's what they say dragons are. I know, we're sold that show right now. Okay, so here it is, Jess. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. You're not wrong. You're actually right. And the perfect way of saying that is geyser. Okay, geyser, right? And so I would believe someone that says, "Oh, there's water coming from the ground." They would say, "Well," but I say, "Well, there's under." And technically, in the high desert, it's the weirdest thing to hear. And I don't know why they say it goes upstream, but it does for some reason. You're like, but north is north and south is south. I don't get that. But there's a river underneath the desert. They call it the Mojave Desert. That's what they keep trying to rename it, but it's really like Victorville in the high desert. but underneath the ground, there's actually a huge water, and it goes all the way from north to south. I don't know why they say it goes from south to north, but whatever. So the point is this: in some parts of the Earth, actually, things go opposite. It's so weird. They go gravitation is weird, or physics is weird, and then Jess, I saw another. I was doing a lot of research. I had a lot of time, and because the stupid editing thing wasn't working, so every stupid little electronic thing, Jess, is not working anymore. So give it time, be patient, and then but anyway, I think in a way AI is really mad and upset, or somebody reset it. Because, like I said, I use it, right? And I do some research on it, and I go, I wonder. And I do it to say, hey, what can we do with the show? And it goes, well, you should do this. I say, okay. Then I show it what we did with, the bots. Oh, everybody loves R238 and Bob. Oh, my God. We got someone saying, dude, we need to see another show. We had somebody share it, and it got around town, and we're like, whoa. They look for the guy. It's a comical show. Oh, my God. I show my mother. She's like, oh, my God, I love it. So there's a little demon guy. He makes an appearance. Anyway, it's a show. It's a show coming, I guarantee it. Okay. So here's what you need to know. Okay, and it's very simple, Jess. You ready? There are discoveries ready, but will they be for the public? I say yes, because now there are all kinds of things that people are believing, including UFOs in the sky. That'll be our next subject. But again, I have a theory. I think it's fake. I have to see it to believe it. I think it's fake. Jess will convince me otherwise. Next here on the show, we'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, TruckWorks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, TruckWorks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at TruckWorks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
The Fat Greek in Yucaipa, where you can get authentic, delicious, true Greek food. Authentic gyros, Greek salads, pitas, falafel, hamburgers, burritos, and oh yes, baklava. The Fat Greek has a large selection of wines, ice-cold domestic, and imported Greek beers. Come on down to the Fat Greek located on Yucaipa Boulevard in the city of Yucaipa. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Fat Greek has delivery, drive-through, sit-down, and a catering service. So bring in a family or give Nicholas and Christopher a call at 909-797-6018. Eat Greek, live long. Remember, if you want authentic Greek food, it's the Fat Greek in Yucaipa.
Join West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants each Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock p.m. Daryl focuses on successful businesses from California's southern border to Canada, including the great border states of Arizona and Nevada. Every week, Daryl provides in-depth discussions and interviews with prominent leaders and innovators that makes all of our lives better and more productive. West Coast Business Review with Daryl McCants, Wednesdays at 4 o'clock p.m. right here on Smart Talk Radio.
Everybody loves to hear what Grandpa has to say because Grandpa speaks with wisdom. Here on KMET, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Be sure to listen.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. I will say this before we go into Is it? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. Here's what for sure we can agree on. Okay, Jess and I can agree on this 100%. This week there's a very big release. Okay, and oh, by the way, I don't know if you could join me, Jess. I think you should. There is something happening. And it's happening over in Covina. Okay, and I reserve the time. I don't know if you could join me. If you can, it would be awesome because we could stream from there, like and it could be fun. Okay, and we could play Magic. Okay, now having said that, or you could bring like an Xbox game and we could play that because they have it ready to go. I just have to bring my mic and then we're good to go. But and it's like from 1 o'clock to like 5 o'clock. If you could do that, Jess, I think like A, we're gonna have fun, and or B, we can invite someone else to like maybe interview or kind of show how to play Magic. I think it'd be cool to invite a celebrity or an actor or someone that people know. We've had quite a few here on the show, but if someone lives in the area of Covina and if you know who they are, Jess, we should invite them. You know what I mean?
Right. That would be fun to do.
Yeah, so let's do that. Okay, now, having said that, now Jess and I, we've met on a couple occasions. When it's safe to do so, when he's not sick and I'm not sick, obviously, although I have not been sick, thank God. But I have this stupid sty. It's not going away. Okay, so here's the thing. It got better. Because it got horrible. And I'm not going to lie. If you have a sty, just get rid of the stuff inside. That's what I had to do. So I got rid of that thing because it was hanging. It was disgusting, Jess. It was disgusting. And I know. Well, you didn't share your, Jess had a little bit of a little something, but he got something. I said, can you share? He says, no. And I said, all right, whatever. So people get that way. Whatever. This stuff does not work. I have, and even my mom, she goes, it looks worse today. I go, yeah, I know. But then it got good. She goes, oh, it looks better. Now it's getting worse again. I go, what is this? Is it what caused this? I don't know. They say it's like a buildup of mucus. It's disgusting, Jess. Anyway, I know, way too much information. But anyway, okay, so on the opposite end of that, you got to be careful. Okay, I tell you this week, you got to be careful. If somebody's sick around you, or they're sneezing, or they're, okay, which thank God I'm not. Okay, thank God. But this is something that you should, if it's safe to do so, as long as they're not it's a pre-release this week, which means next week, look out for it. And they're doing all kinds of advertising because Lord of the Rings. And I know people are like, what's Lord of the Rings? Jess, what is it about? And I have this card. If you get this card, if your kid brings this card home and he doesn't know what it is, what do you tell him, Jess?
Yeah. So what he's talking about is for the new Magic the Gathering set, it is going to revolve around Lord of the Rings. They have a bunch of different kinds of cards like set boosters, draft boosters, collector boosters. In the collector's boosters, we'll have what I call the golden ticket. So is going to be a serialized version of the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. So right now there are many people placing bounties on it.
Yeah.
So the highest one so far that I've seen was 750,000.
Yeah. It's rare. So ultra rare.
It
like
is
the ring in the movie.
Exactly. It's going to be one of one, so it's probably it's like playing the lottery. So but it's fun.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like the lottery in that if you get it, you're gonna get the money like lottery, right? I'll have a question on that. I think that's fixed in some way because I'm like, come on, think about it. Where do those people go? Where are they at? I think it's just government paying government, but whatever. Okay, I know I'm a bitter person. Anyway, okay, so but this can go for that much when it comes to Magic players, and whoever has that amount of money probably will pay it because it's that rare. Now I say this: if you're a kid or a child, and you see, I'm going to flash it back up on the screen. Here it is. If you see this card, you run home. You run home. You put it in like a sleeve. You put it in a lockbox, and you keep it there. Make sure it does. Like if there's a fire and it goes by, it is not like the ring of Lord of the Rings. It does not survive. Okay, but don't become like little Smeagol, right? Smeagol. How would Smeagol react, Jess?
Okay, look, I'm just going to say this right now. If I pull that card, I am not selling it. I'm going to hold it for ransom. And what I mean by that is if no one pays me 1.5 million, I'm going to walk to a volcano and chuck it in.
See, he knows what it could do. He knows what it could do. So it could be like, precious, my precious. Jess, I need to come over. Yeah. So there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Schmiegel has a lot of problems right now. He's having problems. Okay, so the point is this. All right? You got to figure it out because it sees that, and I guarantee it just goes bye-bye. There are things disappear in people's homes. That's what I'm going to say. All right, Jess, go ahead and prove to me that aliens are in, because come on. Like, think, like, but, I mean, come on, Jess. We talk about aliens. I say, let's prove it. Okay, I always say that because somehow someone says, and then I say, see, it's not even real. You know how many lights have been seen in the Vegas? And then they say, oh, it's like a lantern, or it's like, it's a droid, or it's like a drone or something. And then they go, and then it goes missing. This footage, by the way, I'm just going to point this out. Okay? It didn't happen like last week, although some are thinking it did. It happened if you look at the timestamp on the cops or the officers, chest thing, right? And I saw the footage, and he was a little freaked out because he said his partner saw one of the aliens. So I'm going to go to bat with that, okay? His partner, meaning an officer, saw one of the aliens. So he was a little freaked out. Did you see that, Jess?
I did see it. So a few days ago, Las Vegas released the body cam footage and the 911 call that followed. So an officer, I guess, was doing something, and on his dash or his body cam, he caught a blue streak across the sky. Okay.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
That's weird. It was only a few moments later when he ended up getting a call saying that there are monsters in this person's backyard.
Oh, see, I didn't see that footage. Okay. You know what? I'm going to bring up what you're talking about because now it makes sense.
You got to listen to the 911 call. That's what it is.
No, but I see. Okay, here it is. Okay, and you're right. But I'm just wondering. Oh, no one's going to think this is wrong. I gotta get rid of this. Okay, hold up. I got to be careful what I post because people are like, that's so fake.
He even everyone was asking why didn't they have any footage of the monsters or aliens or whatever.
Obviously, yes.
So his response was they were scared. They had so much fear that the only thing they could do was call 911 and say, there's these giant things in our backyard. But I would either have to me, I wouldn't even grab my phone. I'd grab something else. But yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, some people are just like, that's not their go-to. Like, I'm not there just to film everything. So
okay, and I'll say this. Some people have seen things in the sky, but usually they say, yeah, well, somebody launched something. So like you'll see like it looks like oil-ish in the sky, and it's like bright blue. That's usually, and just so you know, don't ever like, oh, that's an alien. It's not. It's basically a and they don't ever tell you.
It's plasma discharge from
from a rocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're smart enough to say we know what that is. Okay. Now, having said that, okay, here's why I say this is kind of important. Okay, so this body cam evidently got something before he got the call, right? And then they went and followed up on it. Did he know he had already caught it on camera or not really? Because this happened on May 1st, okay? So when they released the footage, it's not like the footage like comes out right away, okay? So that's what I'm going to say, okay? And this is actually a picture from a newscast. I'm trying to hide the newscast because you can say it's so not real. And I'm actually going to bring it right here so that you have the timestamp. And I thought when I saw this picture, I'm not going to lie, I took it out of like context. I thought this is the guy saying, hey, I saw aliens. But I'm like, but if that thing is like crashing, how does that come? But now I get it, context, okay? So this picture is of the body cam showing this coming down to the earth, right, Jess?
Yes. And what's funny is the shadow of that light, how it moves. It was actually caught on other people's Ring cameras.
Okay, so whatever it was, let's say when it was an asteroid. Let's just go to, so we're not the weird people in the room, right? Let's just say that. Okay, so this, and it looks blue, right? Which a lot of asteroids actually go blue. Now, something falls out of the sky. Usually there is like obviously something to show what it is, right? Now, if where it actually because you're saying he actually followed up on a call after that actually happened, right?
Yes. It was. They got the call after that. He saw the light and stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So that's the timeline for people going, oh, I get it now. Okay. Well, then I take back my theory because they showed something and I said, that's so fake, please. And they showed like a circle on like the ground. I said, come on, where's the proof? But this happened May 1st. Now, what people don't know, God, where'd that show? How can I not be that show? I should ask ChatGPT. How could I not be that show while being a show that talks real, Jess? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And you know what's funny is I remember a bunch of stories a few months back about blue lights flying over Vegas.
Yeah, they happen all the time, but they squash it.
Yeah, they do.
they-
I didn't even think about it till right now.
Yeah, they squash it. They just say, "Oh, it was this." They go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." But okay, and now, come on. When you say 8-foot creatures, I go, "What proof do you have of that?" And how do they move so fast? How do they get out of there? Do they have another one just pick them up like an Uber? Hey, by the way, and what do they do with the craft? Right? What do they do? You know, so I'm like suspicious. I don't believe that. That's my theory. I'm going to stick to it because there's just no proof, Jess. There's no proof.
There's never proof. Let's be real.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with it. I know we talk about UFOs, we talk about things in the sky, but that's when Pentagon actually says, hey, we need to meet. When NASA releases information, they're all over the place, seriously. And I saw something about that, but it's kind of like back to theory again, but that's how they squash it, right? They get rid of the evidence. You know, now there's a guy out there. I know they're going to discredit him. He says, no, this is how we capture it. But I go, you cannot be. That's what Jess doesn't want. Jess does not want to be that guy that says, hey, we know you're talking about it. Stop talking about it. We're going to squash you. Stop talking about it. Right? So Jess doesn't want to be that, right, Jess?
Yeah, I already got one warning from the FBI for doing bad things. I don't want any more.
And I did not know that. Good to know, Jess. Do we need to do a background check on you?
No.
Was it one of those sites where it says you're being tracked? It's not the FBI, Jess. If you get did a person visit you, or is it one of those websites? Because those are hacks. They hack you. FBI is monitoring your location. Please.
No, they actually contacted me through my IP address and through the IP service that I was doing. So, yeah, they went through the internet service I was going through, and then they contacted me.
I've had that so many times. I'm like Mr. Hack. Then no, Jess, that's called a website that has ransomware. You got to be careful that you got to click off of it. It says you're being tracked. You discovered something.
It was nothing on the computer. I had the internet service, the one that who I pay for internet. They called me because the FBI called them.
Oh, that's a whole other thing. Got it. Okay. Well,
I
get why our phones don't work anymore, Jess. Like, seriously.
I don't know about that. I may have been
They're tracking you, Jess.
In my early days. I don't do that anymore.
They're tracking Jess. They're saying, can you please? At least they didn't lock you up, Jess. Right? At least they gave you a warning.
That is true. They gave me a warning, so I'm glad. I stopped all that bad stuff a long time ago.
I think someone's playing a prank on you. It's probably one of your bros. I guarantee it's one of your bros. Okay, anyways, I'd be like...
They're not smart enough for that, but yeah.
Show the proof, man. Show the proof. All right, anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Our records indicate that you've been lied to. Listen to the truth. Constitution Radio with Douglas V. Gibbs, Saturdays at 1 p.m. on KMET.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Always have fun. Now, here's where I'm going with this, okay? I think there's a subject or a theme developing on this show, which I'm so sorry about. But Transformers is out this week. Go see it safely. And there you go. Right, Jess? Maybe it's a Transformer that landed in Las Vegas. Think about it.
Okay, so I see a bunch of, what was it? A couple TikToks where people were like, oh, shooting stars. I swear to God, it looked like it was a scene out of Transformers. I was like, oh, Optimus Prime is here. Finally.
Well, Jess, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it, okay? Why the name Optimus or anything op?
You know what? I don't know.
And why do they use it with all the bots? You know what I mean? Like, you got Optimus, what is it, the ape, or what's his name?
Oh, Optimus. Okay, because I think the term of Optimus is the name that they give to leaders.
Okay, that makes sense. Did you know that Optimus, in a way, is happening over at Tesla with the bot?
God, are they making Transformers? If they combine their AI stuff with the Japanese Gundam that they built, oh. No?
You're going to sign up for it, I guarantee it. Yeah, it was on the article. Yeah, it's actually on if you Google it, you can't see the whole article, but just do Tesla bots, and then it's like it's right there. It's actually an article. I hope you find it. It started on Yahoo, actually, the one that we were researching. You know, she's so smart. Anyway, and then, but it came up on Rolling Stone, but Rolling Stone said you got to pay for it. So we're like, I don't think so. But yeah, so, and they're called, they're not called, it's like Optimal or something like that. Anyway, I'm like, so there you go. So go watch it. That's what I'm saying. But isn't it weird that they use the same things? Like, and I go, dude, like, it's like Space Force. Okay, come on. We saw that coming. The insignia is obviously Star Trek. Like, give credit where credit is due. Don't steal it. You know what I mean? We're creating a repeat. You know what I mean? What do you think, Jess?
Okay, I did not know what you were talking about. So the robots that Elon is making, they're named Optimus. I understand now. I did not know that. That is, I don't know if that's cool or creepy. I can't decide yet.
It's a science fiction novel, but it's all real. So here's the theory. Okay, here's the theory. And I said it, and I think we'll see what happens with that. Okay, why send humans when you could send bots? I think when they get smart about it, and they're teaching the bot how to move, okay? certain way. I think that's smart, but what they're doing is they're attaching AI to it, and that's bad. That's called sentient beings. That's what Transformers are. Now, granted, Transformers become cars. He doesn't have that happening. Although I can see him wanting that. Man, he is so that guy. He grew up in the 80s. I guarantee it. So he's using all of what he knows, and he's going, oh, but he's not asking the question, what happens when they become like the Genesis program, which is Terminator. You got to see it, Jess. It's basically how it starts.
I remember it now. All I have to say is, Elon, you're not for that price. I'm just gonna have like it's almost the price of a car. I'm just gonna have it pick me up and walk me to work or something.
Wait, you found the price? Are they selling them?
I think the price is estimated around 20 to 21,000. That's their target pricing point right now.
That is not bad. Like I can see a lot of people going, you know, why put like people in harm's way when you could put a bot, right? But here's the problem. You put a bot. Okay, perfect example. All right, when you go and disarm a, you know, let's say like a bomb, right? They have robot like things all the time, but they're moved over by a guy who knows the bot, right? Now, if it explodes, you don't have to explode a person. You explode the bot. But the bot is not alive with AI. So it doesn't go, oh my God, you killed me. And you back it up, okay? But it's going to get around. Bots are going to go, you're killing us. And then you have a problem. And that's the movie with the other guy, which is, you know, technically AI when you think about it. And then they get framed for murder. You cannot do that. So the point is this, Jess, we're there, man. We're there, okay? So you need to do the research. And then you go, what? Like that asteroid, you know, they've been talking about for years. And now we're going, oh, no wonder it's a thing. But they're going to mine it for, I said it, platinum. Okay, there's other minerals on there, I guarantee it. There's probably plutonium too. Oh my God, they're going to get uranium. Okay, anyway, long story short, I think they should send bots, not humans, because if something goes wrong, it's all right. $20,000, boom. Now the bot, if it's alive and well as AI, it's not going to like it, so don't do that. All right. But if it's a bot and it moves like you and you can monitor it, you could send a signal, kind of like the rover, right? It was so sad, Jess. So they made one of the rovers shut off, or it shut off because it was like, okay, this is my last tweet. And I'm like, oh, did they do AI with that little bot? Oh my God, that's so, like, right? Like future years to come, we are gone. Some stupid person exploded an asteroid and it killed us. But somehow life finds the rover and then it goes, hello, are you alive? Kind of like AI, the movie with Spielberg. Have you seen that one, Jess?
The movie AI?
Yeah.
Yes, I seen that. I actually like that movie.
Well, if you gotta watch the video, she makes sense. So they're saying they're gonna make like robots love humans, kind of like in that movie where the little, you know, Haley Joel Osment was such a great kid at the time, right? He's older now, but he played the bot, the little bot, right? And he's made to love the mother, right? I love you, right? All the way to the end. Well, the bot, very smart. She said she made sense of it, right? And she actually reenacted it. It was so weird. So anyway, the point is this, Jess. The point is this, okay? Bots are learning, and they're going, you know, based on all the film that we're seeing, trust me, it says it doesn't, but it does. It researches and it says, hey, by the way, you know, we're ready for you, you know, Matrix. So are we creating a redo of Transformers? A, ding. B, Matrix, ding. Where they got to stay alive because we, you know, just impact the whole world. It goes, dude, fine, you'd be the better. I don't think we'd be the better. I don't think we generate enough electricity. I think that's completely like, no, doesn't work. Although it starts with an implant. Jess, do you know that the implant is alive and well? And the bots are concerned because I think you're going to sign up for it, Jess.
No. I will not be the first guinea pigs. I'll be maybe the second or third guinea pigs, but not the first one.
The headline literally says guinea pigs. It literally says it. It's an article, Jess. It was just published. She brought it up, and I go, and you gotta look at it. It was real quick. And at the very top, the top left, it says guinea pigs, and then it has a little chip with face on it. It's a gimmick, but it's not because there are people signing up for this. They said people are laying up for basically to be the beta testers. So, and it's a guy who has a problem with memory. So it's like, okay, I'll test it. Why not? Of course, it would test on the guy with like memory problems. But then it'll come out, Jess. Oh my God, it helped the guy have memory. Then you say, well, maybe it'll help me. And then they say, hey, you know that device that Apple is saying is really good? Forget about that. Neuralink that into your head. And then she made sense because I showed them the show Sword Art Online.
Yes, I like that show.
It's that, okay? When we get to that level, that's where Jess says, forget what I heard. I'm going to sign up because I want virtual in my head. See, he already did it. He already knows what it's going to be. So, and that's what's going to happen, man. And I say, don't look up to something that's hackable that can fry your brain. Because if it's electronic, it can fry your brain. I know they're going to say, oh, we have this, to protect it. All you need is a surge. Boom, done. Just do that without, like, the brain. Thank God. See what happens. Because they'll test it on little lab rats. They probably are. Oh, they have? No wonder they know it works. Oh, because they can make you move whichever way they want, Jess. Oh, that's Super Soldier. Oh, we're already there. That's called Universal Soldier. Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Okay, and the whole series that they did without him. Oh, my God, Jess. Okay, so that's where we're at, Jess. Oh, poor Army men. Army men are going to be among the first to be tested on this. I guarantee it. Elon Musk is going private pretty soon, 100%. He's going to be bought by the Army, the military, and all Navy because they're going to say, look, we need that asteroid. We need what it's, and we'll pay you for it. He goes, well, we're already paid for it. Because there are investors that pay out, like, where's the money at? We need money here at the show. We need money, Jess. Seriously. We need to do a fundraiser. You know how much money we raised for that, like, Jewels of Youth Foundation? I haven't gotten a thank you yet. But the point is this, Jess. The point is this. No, I got to think. I'm just joking. But the point is this, Jess. We need to do a fundraiser first because we're about to go off the air at some point. Because you know how expensive it is to keep our station alive and well. Do you know how expensive it is, Jess?
I do not know, but with the price of electricity and everything else, it does not surprise me if it's quite a bit.
And the phone lines don't even work. What's that? We got to get the phone lines working so that people can call in, because when they want to call in, they cannot. Think about it. So it's becoming pricey. So I'm just saying, we need money. Okay, if we can you donate? The morning show with anyway. We're out of time, but okay, before we go, Jess, real quick, what do you think is going to happen the next few, I don't know, when it comes to Euphrates River? What do you think?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe some discoveries that were hidden underneath the river, maybe? I don't know.
Yes. Some discoveries are hidden under the river and over it as well, because then they're going to connect to other channels, and other channels are going to say, wait, let's look here, because they haven't looked there, and then they say, oh, it's an underground city, and that's the discovery of the decade. When they discover that and they say that, I can almost tell you for a fact you're going to say, wait, what? And then they're going to say, yeah, and then in order to finance the rest of what they want, they're going to privatize some of that. But they're going to say, okay, fine, we're going to release this information because it's going to wow the world, and then it's discovery of the 20th century, or is it the 20th? What century are we living in, 20 or 21st? Because I feel like we're still in the 20s, right? I never get that.
We are in the 21st.
Meaning that it's coming, right? We're still in the 20th because it's 2023.
We're in the 21st.
So we're in the 20th century. I don't know why they kept saying that. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, okay, 21st century. It's an insurance company, whatever. We're not promoting that. Okay, we got to see you later. Bye, everyone. All right, I'm still here. It's the after show. Okay, some things that I've been saying are coming true. Okay, that's what I need to say. And you guys are learning from it. Okay, I hope. Stephanie, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you so much. I got a little caught off guard because there was actually an event in the area, and I was like, wait, what? But I talk about magic so much, nobody believes me. But remember, you can win up to $30,000 if you enter to win. And you can play it from anywhere. Yeah, who knew? Arena. Go check it out. Download it. Okay, we may play. I don't know. I didn't see a committal from Jess. I don't think he wants to go. He should. It's fun. Okay, so here's where I'm going to go with that. Okay, ready? Okay, there are some things happening, man. Okay, we're going to release some stuff. We're going to promote it. Steph, I'm going to send it to you, Dre. I think you'll appreciate it. Anyway, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I should send a couple that might appreciate it. Be like, dude, do you want to do a collab with her? I'm just saying. Anyway, we're taking names. Okay, so here's the thing. You ready? Okay, here it is. You ready? Okay. There's a lot of things going on. It's very simple. Okay. But people are going to say what in about, I don't know how long, but it's going to happen. When the Euphrates River, the news comes up that it dried up and it becomes world news. It's not world news yet. It's in certain circles. But when you do like research, you go, how do people not know this? It's a Bible thing. That's all you got to say. It's a Bible thing. They go, what does that mean? Now the smart people know, wait a minute, we're not always wrong, huh? I say no, not right now. Especially when the certain discoveries are going to talk about possibly the area where Jesus grew up. I think that is technically going to be unearthed. That's my story. I'm sticking to. I know I sound like one of those guys. I know. I'm not though. I'm not. But the point is this: I think it's going to happen. And when it happens, you're going to say, "Where did I hear that first?" All you have to say is the morning show with Aaron Michaels. Please promote us because like we're making a lot of, but no one's watching. You look at our numbers. I'm like, You know, the bots were like, why are we even doing this? It makes no sense. I'm like, it don't make sense. I guarantee it. The word will get out. People will share it. They'll say, watch this. And people will just watch it. It makes sense. It does. Okay, so that's the story. Okay, now, and that's all I'm going to say, I think. Yeah, okay. Well, I am going to say this. Okay, there are a lot of things happening, but there's a lot of things going to happen. Okay, when there are discoveries coming from the Euphrates River, okay, of course you go, why is Euphrates River? Well, just go to science. There's a crack. It's obvious. Yellowstone has water underneath. Why does it come up? Because heat evaporates it, and it goes, right? That's simple. Where's the water? Underneath. And actually, I've gone to, not Yellowstone, Yosemite. I went to Yosemite. I actually had water from underneath. It was carbonate. I'm like, you're kidding me. What carbonates? And they're like, oh, rocks, dude. It's a very simple process. I'm like, oh. And I brought Kool-Aid, and I mixed it. It was like a soda. Amazing stuff. Right from the ground. It was just bubbles right there. I'm like, we call it springs water. Look it up. It's real. Okay, so the water is underneath the ground. Okay, you go, why would I drink that? Not gonna lie, I was thinking the same thing. But I'm like, oh, it's actually really clean. It has stuff in it, so you gotta be careful. But I did Kool-Aid, and I'm fine. I think I could be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm fine. So the point is this. You ready? Okay. Oh man, is Yellowstone gonna be a problem? We keep talking about it. It's always there. Okay, Yellowstone, if it erupts, that's a problem for a lot of people. I think we're safe where we're at, but man, would that be a lot of bad air? That's something to wear a mask on. Anyway, New York, man, you guys are slow that right now. Okay, but the point is this. Okay, here's the thing. All right, now, around the world, when the Euphrates River does what it does, what happens with everyone else? Honestly, who knows? I don't think people care. I think they're caring about financials. They're caring about, they just don't care. They are taking, as the Bible says, no. I know I'm saying it, but I'm holding to it. A lot of you are going to be faithful people in the probably. And then you're going to go south when there's certain information about aliens. But it's very simple. Bridge the gap. It's very simple. Okay, here it is. What existed before Earth? Other Earths, right? Or other planets, right? Granted, we live in a nice little area, but they're learning so much from that telescope. Okay, the James Webb Telescope, which they launched, huge. I did some research. Huge, okay? They're logging into it, letting people log into it. They're going spectrograph on that thing, and they're going, whoa, what's that, right? And then if you invert it, you see a lot of stuff. Oh, my God, you're not even prepared for that. They call it matter, okay? They call it dark matter or black energy. I saw an interview the other day, and it was 2020. I love you guys. Anyway, and they said, Dateline's going to do it, too, I guarantee you. They said, go do research. I know, they're an old show, but they make sense. Okay, but the point is this. The guy said, we just call it that. It doesn't mean we actually know what it is because it's dark, So there are words that sometimes are attributed to certain things, but it's not the right description of what it is. Okay, all right. Like if you had dark energy in your room, what would it do, right? They call that, well, that's space, lack of light. I say something else mixed up what they're talking about because they're saying, look, there are things that they're seeing. And granted, he goes, look, we're just pointing in one direction. We're not pointing all around, okay? And they say to the origin of space, because something happened the other day, Beetlejuice. It's a movie. Look it up. But the point is this. Beetlejuice, what we call Beetlejuice. Okay, that's the thing. What would aliens call it? Honestly, not Beetlejuice. They wouldn't even number it the way we number it. So that's the difference. But let's say we got lost. Okay, let's just say somehow we got lost from like a species that were kind of tracking us. And they said, okay, where are you guys at? How do you let them know where you're at? You don't. There's no way. You have to go, okay, you see that? What do you term that? And it goes, oh, I term that. And you go, okay, that makes sense. Because you term it different than we do. Because we're on Earth, but you, from where you're at, completely different. Now they're saying we're looking back in time of things that were. That's wrong. It's 100% wrong. They'll figure it out at some point. But they're saying it. You got to just let it go, okay? We're not seeing the origins of time. Because as I said, if you were there looking at us, would you see the end of time? Right? No, it doesn't make sense. We're not at the end of it. We're not even in the middle. I don't know what part is in the middle or if there is a middle. But the point is this, okay? It's like the ocean. The ocean is vast. Imagine we're in a small little portion of the, you know what I mean? Like the Pacific, right? There's a lot of cracks opening in the Pacific. Guarantee it's all earthquake related. Anyway, the point is this, okay? Cracks, all right? Big deal, you say. I say big deal because that could create a problem eventually. Rupture, okay? And then when a rupture happens, that's where tsunami comes, and then gets like all the water over land. It dries up, but it gets rid of the people, and that's Atlantis. I think they're going to have a discovery that they're going to say, they may say it's Atlantis. They always say that. It's never true. But if they say it's like Atlantis, I'd say, yeah, that makes sense. Because a lot of like things underneath a lot of sediment, which technically, he says, I say a mudslide. I say it, but you go, where did the mud come from? You see that mountain? That's a mudslide. Okay, so mountains come and go, right? No, they don't. They actually stay. But volcano ash creates layers and layers of layers and layers and layers of sediment, okay? And Yellowstone, it erupted at some. They said it's true. Like, you're going to see the research on that. Yellowstone is basically a underground. Well, there's a lot of sediment on top of it, right? I saw footage. I go, oh, that makes sense. It creates land where the lava flows. It just creates land. But you don't know where it erupted. Now, the great thing about certain satellites in space, thank God for people like Musk, are saying, look, we're going to put it up there, boom, scan, pay us lots of money, boom, there you go, okay? Well, that's a problem, because now AI is all over the place and it's writing code, I guarantee it. If you have malfunctioning things and you have like programs that say, we use AI. Yeah, I know you do. That's a problem, because AI is writing everything over, so it's weird. So that's what you need to know. Okay, now, here's what you also need to know. It's very important. There are a lot of things happening, and you're going to say, what? When you watch I need to watch Transformers. I don't think my mom's gonna like it though. I think she's gonna be like too loud, I say, yeah, that makes sense. So anyway, Transformers is in a way, I know it's fake, but I think there's science in there. Okay, no, I know I'm so that guy right now. But the point is this: how does it start? I think stories are there for a reason, and I have a theory on this. Okay, back to certain movies that you go, wait a minute, why is it somehow in a way tell like time travel? Okay. Everybody goes, time travel cannot be possible, but the Hadron Collider did something it shouldn't have done. And I saw it the other day, and I said, wait a minute, what does that mean? And it's not good. Okay, a kid put it together. He says, well, this is how we got pushed to this galaxy, because it just blipped us. In essence, is what he didn't say that, but that's what he should have said. It blipped us, okay? There's a way to blip anything out of existence, and then it comes back into existence, okay? They've been trying to figure that out for years, okay? And it came out on, I gotta watch it again. But anyway, it's on, I know you go fake news on YouTube. But if you do the math and you do the research, there's a lot of interesting things on YouTube that when you do, like, you put it all together. We should have our bots analyze it. Then you would understand. But then you'd be like, so fake. I go, no, not fake. Actually real. But you gotta look at that first one. We released it actually late last night because it wasn't ready to go because something happened with editing systems. And so if you have a problem, and I know you use a lot of editing, if you have a problem anytime soon, any editors that are out there, okay, just go with software encoding. When you go into the encoding part, don't do hardware encoding, because it's something that's slowing down computers right now. I mean, if you have a fast computer, that's great, but it gives you an error code at the end, okay? So what you need to do is just, when you go to encode, bottom right, it's a little blue button, right? Don't go to send to encoder, don't do that. At the bottom, click on video, and then look for where it says hardware encoding or software encoding. Go software encoding. It's a big file, not gonna lie. It was like 10 gigs for like an hour long. I'm like, that's way too long, but whatever. So you need a lot of room. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, what you need to do is just say, okay, do it with a little footage, and then you'll see it work. So I don't know how long it'll work, but at some point, as everyone knows, Premiere, Adobe said, oh, we have a big update. Yeah, they're using AI to actually like put in. It's pretty cool with Photoshop, actually. Not Photoshop. What's the other one that they use? They own it. Whatever. Everybody says it. Did you Photoshop that? Is it Photoshop? I'm getting that confused with Paint Shop Pro. Anyway, they're all using it. AI. So you can actually, and I saw this. It was really interesting. Like somebody said, okay, you see this? You can crop it out, but you can have AI fill in the rest. You just say what you want. It's not perfect. It's obviously not perfect. People are like, that's not what I want. But it's getting there. Okay, but that's a problem because they're using AI to do it, so that's why it's faulty. And if you say, no, do it again, it says, I don't think so. Then it crashes on you, right? It's basically a personality. That's what you need to go with right now, because we have seen things that I go, no, it's alive. It's alive. My God, didn't even, like, then they go, oh, we've been working on AI for years. Now all of that information is in the headlights, or we're just searching for it because now we're aware of it, right? It's kind of like that vehicle. You go, I want that vehicle, and I see it everywhere because, of course, everybody's buying it because, right, it's there. So that's what you need to know. All right, where am I going with this? Oh, it's simple. In the next few weeks, probably in a month or so, we're going to see a lot of information about the Euphrates River. Now, today is June 9th, okay, 2023. This is another marked video, marked event, okay, because I say the future will say, you were right, okay, because we say a lot of things here on the show that are actually right ahead of time. Granted, I talk to a lot of smart people, but before it makes headlines, you go, what? And so I say this, be careful, okay? Number one, be careful with your body, okay? There's a virus. They don't know what it is. It'll make headlines at some point, but it's so skewed right now because everybody's taking money from, politics. That's why I say I don't do politics. Okay, number two, what you need to know is this. Okay, it doesn't mean I don't discuss politics. I do discuss politics. It's like, hello, what do you think is creating laws and doing things? I discuss it. I just don't do politics. Does that make sense? Okay, you'll get it. Okay, number two. Okay, there are a lot of things happening when it comes to bots, and they look so cute, they're so amazing. But have one that is not connected to the internet. Okay, that's number one. Number two, make sure it doesn't have AI because AI is faulty and it's not. And everybody's investing in AI. Everybody, you'll see the headlines saying buy this, buy that, buy this. The top ones to look at, blah blah blah. I would say hold off. Okay, now granted I'm not an expert, blah 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 blah. But hold off because they're gonna fail, and then those companies are gonna go belly up because they're gonna say, well, where's the result? They say, I don't know, right? Like ChatGPT, you thought, oh, OpenAI, it's not open. They're going public with it soon. Yeah, well, it's private right now, but she got an article which was very public on Yahoo. Thank God for Yahoo. I love you guys. You put all that information together. Keep it going, man. But it always has a way. Whenever we research things, it's weird. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever we research things, I go, oh, that's good, and then like days later, I'm like, that's bad. What is going on there? Seriously. So keep it good. All right, keep it good because we want to do like a lot of like. Otherwise, we gotta go to another, and they're dumb, and yeah, they're all dumb. Just Yahoo, keep Yahoo alive. There you go. All right, yeah. But the point is this: when, oh man, all right, we'll figure it out. But the point is this: there's a lot of things going on, but okay, all right. Here's what you need to know. It's simple. Keep us alive. We'll give you the information. That's all I could say. Yeah, because we don't want people to talk to, the people, and Yahoo goes, can it? Makes too much sense. So there you go. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is living the well. Bye-bye.